Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Odinsphere, Leifdrasir. In the last episode, well, we pretty much came down to the underworld in search of Oswald, who got taken away by Hylia, a messenger of, well, the Queen of the Dead. So in this episode we're going to continue our search and hopefully we'll actually find him this time. Now, before we continue on, I want to get a couple small things. Considering that there is no hidden foes on, instead there's actually a big mini boss here. We kind of want to be a little bit careful. There's a chest here. Do I actually have the key to open this? Yes, I do. And because if we open this chest, a battle will start. So you got to be a little bit careful here. Though, to be fair, these guys aren't exactly the strongest thing in the world. It can be dangerous if you can't see them. Is that it? We good? Okay. No, not even a completion screen for that. Which, I mean, whatever, right? Who cares? Let's see, we want to go to that battle area. Mostly because I want to... Oh, also, because I accidentally left and came back while leveling up, there may be a couple repeated battles. I apologize. If that's the case, you know, I'll try and keep them to a minimum. If worst case scenario, I'll cut them out. But these are usually pretty short. They usually only take a couple seconds, so shouldn't be too big of a deal. The big deal is going to be coming right... pretty much now. You see that? You see that 5-star area right there? It's going to be a challenge. I can already tell that it's going to be quite difficult, especially considering the fact that we don't have the key to open it yet. So what we want to do is actually move our way this way. Getting the moon actually would be pretty useful, but right now I just want to keep myself moving forward. I'll do that like probably before the end of the episode. Hopefully this one won't be an extra long one, though this is a finale of sorts for this specific character. Spoilers, in case the word epilogue didn't spoil it for you. Let's see here. Oh, hey, new enemy! I don't know what these things are called actually, but they're really... I like the way they're designed. They're basically ghosts until they reveal their true forms, and then once they do, they're kind of like these weird puppet-like women. It's really cool. Really interesting design. Also be careful guarding against them. I think they're called Geists. Geist F? I guess it's just another form of Geist. Who cares? Maybe I didn't level up enough. I don't know, it just feels like I'm still like slightly weaker than I'd like to be. Or maybe it's just, maybe I'm just crazy. Who freaking knows anymore at this point, right? Alright, there's some fish ghosts, meaning we should probably stick close to this guy. Finish that guy off, beat these fish ghosts, and we should be fine. Wait, is there one more? Yeah, of course there's always one more. One more that I always end up missing. There we go. Or two. So, just a little tip. On your top map and on your bottom map, you'll notice that there are actually some green arrows. Those actually indicate where these little lantern dudes are. So, worst case scenario, if you're really stuck with those ghosts... Okay, so going this way would be towards the boss, so we don't want to go that way. If you're stuck with those ghosts, I highly recommend just looking at look at your small mini map and try and find the nearest green arrow. Just make your way that way. All right, so let's just make our way to the rest area, and then we'll continue on from there. God, actually, I'm at 49. I'm you know, I'll probably level up on my own as I actually play the game, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But I don't know what it is about having 29 instead of 50 that really bothers me. I guess I just didn't want to spend more than like 10 minutes leveling up at all, considering I already had a bunch of stuff that I should have been using already. It just made it a bunch easier to go to the Puka village, use my 2 coins that I had, and just basically it gave me 2 levels, and that's all I really needed. That's kind of the advantage of having like the coins as currency for level ups. Really, you can consider them your EXP, not really your EXP gauge. Even though you do gain EXP from killing things, money seems almost more important, really. Especially the Valentinian coins, which is the special coins that you get for... Yeah, see, look, I already leveled up. Perfect. Like, for some reason, these guys at the end give you a ton of EXP, even though it's really unnecessary. Especially considering the fact that you gain EXP from eating food incredibly fast. Boom, nice counter. These Geists are pretty easy to take out as long as you have good counter timing. So just be mindful. You'll be okay, I promise. You guys will do well. Bunch of stuff, bunch of stuff. Can't carry any more Napple seeds. Alright, and we got our nice solid key. But before we actually go and unlock that, let's go see where else this area has to offer. What else this area has to offer, I mean, sorry. I guess just a little butterfly won't do any harm. Though I do have a ton of... I have a ton of phosons I probably should have been using. Tribute to the Queen of the Dead. Ooh, boy. Look at that art! Oh, she looks fantastic. I love the way her design is. Now, we the dead are cursed by the almighty power of the Queen, fated to have our rotting flesh torn away by dark specters. We cannot resist. We may only scour the realm in search of blue gems, crystallized souls. It appeases the Queen and quells her ire. But the Queen's greatest desire is something beyond our grasp. A living being with healthy body and soul. Some sell their soul to her as a living sacrifice, in search of power. But they too rot away in her hands. Her thirst for souls may never be quenched. It's I like that little text archive. It gives you a little bit of a background on the Queen of the Dead herself. Although we have never actually seen her as of this part of the game, she is kind of one of those mythical beings within this realm. So even getting to meet her seems like we'd be on par with meeting like a not a king, but like a god. It's kind of interesting. It's an interesting dynamic, especially considering what's about to happen. So this, like I said, this episode's probably going to be a little bit longer than usual. Mainly because, well, we got this extra boss fight on top of our actual boss fight. And we still have all of our nice, solid cutscenes to go through. So, let's see what's down this hole, huh? Hopefully I don't get knocked the hell out. I probably will be, though. Let's be real. Hylia, Wraith, Dog Ghouls, Fish Ghouls. I actually could totally use a shine right now. God dang it. Here, let's do this. I think this might actually work a little bit better. That way, the second that they reveal themselves, they'll end up just immediately killing themselves, really. So if they attack, they're dead. So what I've learned is that the Hylia is pretty easy to actually stop from attacking. As long as you can do like one solid attack to him, he'll pretty much just stop. And most of his attacks actually can't stagger you, so as long as you're like at least a little bit careful, or as long as you have like the vampiric ring, which will make you gain your health back like really quickly, you'll be pretty solid. Like you notice I'm getting like around 3 to 4 health back every attack, and if you use Needle Strike, you're going to be getting a ton of health back regardless. It's pretty much just another Hylia fight, but in the dark this time, with a little bit more danger to it. Dang it. I always fall for that. But luckily, we do have a little green guy here. I'm sorry, not green guy. We have a little, what is it? Like a fire ghost dude? I don't know. Dude holding candles, I guess you could say. So as long as you're overall careful, you should be fine. Although I'm being absolutely not careful whatsoever because I'm kind of an idiot. As to be expected these days, though. Here, we're gonna use one of these, and I'm gonna use a big cast because screw this, screw everything. I just want to beat this boss already, and I want to make sure that these guys can give me my health back. And it blocked the big attacks. Come on, this Hylia's gotta go down. I swear. I just want to get that last ability. I totally thought this is when it was going to be where we got our ultimate ability. But, oh, speaking of which, I don't have enough power for it. Okay. This boss fight has already run its course. I feel like it's already, like, overstaying its welcome slightly. And there we go. A nice Phozon Prism for us. And I do believe this is the second to last one. After being the final boss, we should be getting our last one. I wonder what it'll be. Icebreaker. The most useful ability in the game because you increase damage against frozen foes. Now you might notice all of her abilities freeze foes. Well, a majority of them anyway. All of her non-physical abilities freeze foes, meaning this is pretty much one of the most useful skills in the game as long as you're using ice-type spells. And if you combo it with Blizzard, you're basically going to be doing endless damage. Truly fantastic. Now, let's see here. The rest I'm just going to pump into my Cypher because I have no other reason to do anything else. I mean, we do a little bit more overall damage, but really, who really cares at this point? Let's see, Shield Bash, Shield Reflect, Resistance. I would really like to get Resistance, actually, because I don't like my status effects. They're kind of awful. And as I mentioned before, they're pretty much what do the majority of damage to you. We're almost done. I think, well, let's see, how much more do I need here? 4 and 5. So I basically need 9 more levels to actually completely max out my level up tree. Wait, another one. And plus wisdom, I guess, but that's not really as useful. I probably figured that I wouldn't get all of them, so it's not really as important. But look at all that gold and a Regnal and a what is it? A Valentinian coin. So with that, I guess we can just start making our way to the boss. Now, I probably actually should have stopped at the red stop so I could, you know, teleport there, but I didn't have the foresight to actually do that because I'm not the smartest, but we'll see. It's okay. Having a nice little walk and a pleasant chat isn't always the worst thing in the world, is it? Hello there, skeleton dragon. Wait. Sweet. A couple more Phozons never hurt. Nice. Now let's make our way to the final boss, I guess. Something else to do. Alright.
How irritating. Barging in here without an invitation. You're as arrogant as your father. You, daughter of the petty thief who steals my jewels. Don't delude yourself into thinking that you'll leave here alive.
Great Queen of the Dead, please let Oswald go. Please return my husband.
Well, well. So you've come running after your master like a lapdog.
Oswald!
His life has been given to me in exchange for power. He walks along the abyss of eternal death while serving alongside me. He was pledged to be mine before he ever met you. You are a nuisance to us. Allow me to personally extinguish your life.
The Valkyrie do not fear death, and if death cannot be avoided, then I welcome my fate. But losing Oswald to you is more painful than death itself.
So you say. You have no idea. What do you plan to do with that spear made from my jewels? Look around you. Many souls merge together to become crystals, then return to the world above. You're risking your very soul by playing with that spear. And now the time has come to receive your punishment.
I really wonder what she means by you are playing with your very soul. Does that mean that the Cypher is slowly actually stealing their souls away? These Cypher users? Anyway, this is Hylia, Queen of the Dead. Incredibly difficult if you don't know what you're doing. So I highly recommend to be very careful because she's got some big sweeping attacks. And not only that, as the final boss of Gwendolyn's specific playthrough, you really want to be careful of all of her bigger abilities. They can really do damage, like this one specifically. Especially considering I have so little health and I wasn't paying attention. Alright, actually, I should totally eat this miracle fruit. It's a full restore and it's pretty quick. It's a pretty quick heal. Alright, now, that big shine attack isn't the only thing she's got. Once you actually start reducing her health, and she'll start to teleport around and do a bunch of different things. Be careful. There's something, okay, you'll end up seeing a bunch of her attacks, and I feel like I don't want to spoil them because they seem very interesting to me specifically. But that lantern, her big scythe that she has on her back, you kind of want to be careful of both of them. She siphons away your soul, she does a bunch of big hits, and I think I'm doing enough damage for it to be overall okay. But let's just say that you don't want to be looking at this girl's pants, if that makes any sense. You'll see what I mean by that in a couple seconds, ladies and gentlemen, but it'll be a ways away. She's gonna be summoning a ton of creeps, so be careful as to where you're standing, especially on this battlefield. Oh, jeez, burp. Excuse me there. And overall, as long as you can keep her on the defensive, you should be fine. Here we go! So, welcome to Spider Puss. If you wondered if Spider had Puss, well, you were right. This is kind of her second form sort of attack, and overall, it's incredibly annoying because you can't really step too far backwards, and you can't really dodge away from it. It literally keeps your ceiling, keeps the overall ceiling much lower, making it harder to dodge attacks. Once you actually knock her out of this phase, she will resummon it, but if she summons that huge hand like you're seeing right there, I highly recommend just being careful and getting away, because that stuff can burn you, causing basically a ton of damage. Anyway, that's pretty much enough of me rambling. Let's just fight the boss on our own. Also, another thing, actually, before I stop rambling, is that the spider actually has the ability to poison you, so be careful not to be poisoned and burned at the same time, because yes, they do stack, and yes, they do a ton of damage. That big overhead sweep that you just did, that's pretty much the most annoying attack to deal with for me, personally. Oh god, poison! Poison! No, thank you. Come on. I might actually have to heal myself. The poison actually almost killed me. Let's just put a little bit of that in our system. I highly recommend bringing at least a few potions, some antidotes, and overall your wits and a little bit of courage, because this boss is difficult, especially on the higher difficulties. I recently just tried to play up to where we were relative to my relative to the actual playthrough on harder difficulties. Jeez, it was like, it is actually kind of ridiculous. It was between episodes, in case you guys were wondering. The reason I like the vampiric ring so much at this point is just look how much you're healing back. Even like I'm basically healing back everything she does to me almost instantaneously. Anyway, that was Hylia. That was the Queen of the Dead. Not too strong, but hey, here we go.
Oh! Both the living and the dead could exist in this land, because I bridged the gap between these two worlds. Now those that are still alive will forever be barred from entering. The path will close and all ties to your world will be severed. Death will become more horrifying and abominable than ever before. When the world sees its demise, remember the fury you unleashed.
Oswald!
Gwendolyn, hold on. The Netherworld has been sealed. The only way to enter that land now is to accept death. There is no other way.
Oswald! You're awake.
The only thing that can overcome death is pure love. I can no longer collect crystals from the Netherworld. But if I can regain the ring and the cauldron, I have no need for them. Fulfill your promise. Give me the ring.
This is a symbol of Oswald's love. Right now, it represents all I am. If you take this away, there will be nothing left of me. If you must take it, my life must be taken too.
Gwendolyn.
Stop this nonsense! What you believe to be everything is merely an illusion. You are married because I ordered it.
Love is an illusion to begin with. I do not fear losing honor, but I am terrified of losing this illusion.
You fool! Are you saying you will sacrifice your life and your pride just for love?
Stop it! Do you really want to do this to your own child?
This is unforgivable. You are ruining my plans. But my dear, beloved daughter, look at your father. I am powerless against your decisions. If I am to be any kind of father, I must show you compassion. Do as you wish.
Father!
Silence! Speak no more, disloyal one. Holder of the Builder Reaver, I entrust my daughter to you.
Gwendolyn, it pains me to keep you with me, knowing that you have such conflicting feelings. But even though I knew that, I could not stop myself from pursuing you.
Oswald, I do not mind if my emotions have been caused by a spell. If I can be by your side, I will endure any hardship.
You are a shining star that lit my way as I roamed the darkened earth. Until I met you, my heart was empty. But now it is different. I have experienced both happiness and fear. Happiness in experiencing the light that is your love, and fear of losing it. A light that is more precious than life itself.
It will never disappear. My love will shine like the stars forever. Please, don't let me go.
Oh, what a romantic scene. Sorry to ruin it with my own commentary there. Needlestorm, our last Phozon crystal, and pretty much the last thing we can use. Repeated stabs that unleash shockwaves towards the front. Needlestorm, very much like Needle Strike, very powerful, pretty good attack overall, and you can use it both in the air and out of the air. Very, very worth upgrading. Very interesting skill overall. Anyway, I guess this is kind of the end now, isn't it? So, with that, let's save for our last time with Gwendolyn, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Well, see you later, everybody.